All right. Hey, everybody, it's Eric Schachter of LendGen Mortgage. Very excited today to have with me three seasoned real estate professionals, all veterans of their own fields and all members of NAHREP, the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. I'm really excited for them to share with you guys some of their experience, some of their knowledge. So let's get started. First, we have with us Dawn Acevedo, 25 years, a paralegal, really business development, real estate entrepreneur, touched a little bit of everything. We have Christina Sanchez, also years of experience as a realtor. And we have Mr. Eric Garcia, 25 to 30 years in the mortgage space. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Very excited to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks. So we'll get started, Dawn, first with you. You've been in the paralegal space, working with different attorneys for 25 plus years, five of the top firms in New York. And how do you diversify, or how do you see Kaplan being different from the rest?
So, I love my office, not just because I'm working here now, but I've known Jared and the team here for many years, even before coming to work for Jared. And I want to say, what sets this office apart from other law firms is really the people that work here and the teams that we've cultivated within the law firm. So we have now a very large law firm with, many attorneys and paralegals, but each team that's cultivated supports, their clients. So it's a seamless process. It's really great hand-holding approach to each client, to each file. There's one person that sees it from the beginning to the end. It's not like an assembly line where you get multiple people. So I really feel like it's the strength of the employees, because he really has some phenomenal, people that work in this office that have been in the business for 10, 20 years and just know their stuff like nobody's business. And it's nice to have a firm where not only the attorneys are excellent, but the support staff and the paralegals are equally as great. So I really think it's just the office as a whole that really sets us apart.
I love it. And like you had mentioned, it's not just real estate. There's a very diversified plan to the Kaplan organization and continuing to grow. So
Definitely.
terrific. Christina, kind of similar question for you. I know you were at Douglas Elliman and now you're at InLuxxe Realty. What makes InLuxxe as a boutique shop better for you and your clients versus one of these big, conglomerates?
So, what I love about when I was with Elliman, I was brand new to the industry. I had great training. And then, as I grew my own business, because they weren't really giving you business, I decided I built my own brand. And now being at a boutique firm, I love that I can help them grow as well. And I get to grow even more. I've been still getting the same opportunities. At the end of the day, it's really the person, who you are as a brand. It's just really branding and marketing yourself. And then, of course, InLuxxe, I love that it's brand new, it's still growing, and we have a great support system. We all help each other out, and we all want to succeed. So that's what I love, that we're just like a family, and we're all helping each other grow, build, and become successful.
Amazing. Love that. Erica, I guess the same pattern for you. You were 20 years at a big bank, and then you went over the last 7 years or so on the mortgage banker side, small, more boutique like Christina. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, LendGen, as being a mortgage bank, opens up more lending programs and the flexibility of different lenders. What I really like is that we're no longer restricted just to the one bank's policies and focus. We find the best available program out there, and we try and provide it to our clients. This gives our clients the best of all worlds, not just what the one specific big bank is looking to give.
I like it. And I know that here we focus a lot about diversity and, getting into that topic, NAHREP, and Dawn, for you being on the board, I just want to understand a little bit more about the organization, your involvement on the board. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So I have a very big passion for NAHREP, which is, like you explained earlier, the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. So their mission is to advance Hispanic home ownership by educating and empowering real estate professionals that work with, Hispanic purchasers or sellers. So a lot of people have a misconception that you need to be Hispanic or Latino to be a part of NAHREP. Completely false. I am Italian. My last name is Spanish because of my husband. But I do, anybody that's in the real estate industry should be supporting Hispanic home ownership as well because there is a need for it. I'm honored to be able to sit on the board as the education director. So I help with the events and bringing, education to the events so that we could educate realtors and loan officers about the need and the programs that are available.
It's brilliant. I love everything about it. And I know that Eric and myself have gotten involved in some events as well. I know I met Christina at an event. So Christina, being the events director, tell us a little bit about that position and give us a little bit more about NAHREP.
Yeah, so my position is scouting venues. Of course, as a board, we all sit together and we decide what type of events we're going to have, what's going to benefit other real estate professionals like our sponsors or mortgage lenders, attorneys, inspectors, anybody that's involved in the real estate industry. And then my job is to find the venue, and we set the date and plan everything to be able to provide an amazing event, educational for the real estate professionals.
That's great. Can you tell our audience where they could find that list of events for upcoming events?
Our website is nahrep.org.
Okay.
I always forget the.
Okay. Sorry to put you on the spot there. I just.
So we
But you could also find the IG too, the Long Island NAHREP, Instagram, which has all the events and information posted there as well too.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Awesome.
And we have our next event coming up March 30th at the Marriott in Melville.
All right. Well, we'll see you there. Eric, I know you're going to be there as well, but when we start talking about different products that are available, for low to moderate income housing and for just overall the diversity that we bring to the table with these different products, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I truly feel that everybody does deserve the right to own their own home to begin with. I try to focus on first-time home buyers and the Hispanic community, especially because it is something that gives everybody great joy, and it really helps, the communities and the environment and everything like that, in order to be able to own something and not just throw money away on rent. So we do have very aggressive first-time home buyer and down payment assist programs, especially in New York and New Jersey. They do allow for little down payment as well as little money out of pocket. We also offer FHA, VA, and Sonny Mae loans, which also provide little money out of pocket for those loans. As far as other products, we also do have out of the box products where for self-employed borrowers or asset-based borrowers, they might not qualify on the standard loan that the banks are looking for. So we do have other programs in order for them as well if they do need to get into a home.
Like a bank statement loan or a less document type of loan.
Correct.
Awesome. Dawn, you have a lot of different, fields that you're excelling between the paralegal work, business development, real estate, NAHREP. What are your goals for 2023 personally? What do you want to accomplish? If there was one thing that could be your focus.
So, it's funny because when you posed this question, I've gotten asked this question quite a few times for some reason, like in the past few months by different people. And for the past 2 years, my goal has been the same and I haven't wavered. And I look at it as a goal that I look to achieve every day. So my goal that I set for myself is whether it's work or my business or personal life, when I make a decision to participate in something, whether it's a board or a job, a job or a business venture or something, my goal is always to how can I positively impact each person that I work with or I'm doing business with and leave a positive mark. At some point, whether it's a great purchase transaction, or it's a great event that we're doing, I always strive to try to leave a positive impact on the person that I'm working with or the group that I'm involved with. So I'm going to stick with that goal for 2023, and I'm going to continue to try to strive to, whether it's community events, and do more, impacting into the communities. So that's my goal.
I love that answer. I almost want to ask you, Christina, the same question, but I'm not. But that was awesome. So, Christina, a lot of our clients here, they just want to get their offer accepted, and I just kind of want to understand from you, like, do you have certain strategies to help your clients get their offer accepted? Are you always depending on a pre-approval or a commitment letter with a to be determined, commitment? Like, how do you get your offers accepted so well?
Well, it depends. I always prep my buyers in the very beginning, depending on what type of market we're in. And of course, we've been in a crazy market where everything is going above asking, bidding wars. So I always let them know. First of all, it even goes back to making sure I find something that is in their budget. If it's a market where we have to go above asking, making sure that they do, if it's a house that they love, I got to make sure that they have there's room for them to go above. And when we do find that home, then we have to go above at an insane price. I have to go in aggressively. I prep them saying we have no time to waste. I get my inspectors, I always let the loan officer know right away, keep everybody on deck, on standby, so we can move as quickly as possible, because of course the minute you waste any time, you have the option, you have the chance of losing the home. But for if it's a market, or if it's, for example, right around Christmas time, I had a couple of buyers I was able to negotiate under the asking price. So I always let them know. I just give them the two options. It's if the house doesn't have any offers, and if it's been sitting on a market, we can always try to negotiate. Of course, that's up to the seller if they want to accept or continue moving forward or counter. If we're in a market where it's above asking, we have to go into bidding wars. We have to be prepared, and I go in as aggressive as I can, and making sure we move as quick as possible so they don't lose their home. And they get nervous. They get nervous because, of course, a lot of buyers have that mentality, well, why should I pay more for this home? And at the end of the day, if it's the home that you really love, go for it. It's an investment. You're never going to lose on purchasing the home of your dreams, And
that's terrific. I appreciate you gave us both sides, where it's going under and going over. Right now, in the last 2 months, are you seeing like you could offer a seller concession or go under the asking price, or is it still going over?
It's so funny because I've had, I did an open house a few weeks ago. I did get an offer with a seller's concession. The seller chose not to move forward with it, but then they received above asking. Sometimes that home is just sitting there. They'll be able to negotiate. So I think it also depends on how the home is priced. I've seen agents have underpriced the home purposely to create the bidding war, or if the seller does need to move forward very, very quick, they'll underprice it, they'll create bidding wars, and they'll get those offers right away. There's some buyers that are not in a rush, and then they want it priced correctly, and they're okay waiting on getting the right offer.
That's awesome.
I've seen both, honestly. I've seen both.
Definitely an interesting time in the real estate market now. It's like the Wild West. I mean, well, 2020 was the Wild West where anything went, but now I feel like there's no consistency. It's really on a case by case, house by house basis.
Gotta keep that pre-approval ready to go.
And Christina speaks very sweet, and her voice is very sweet, but I've worked with her for a number of years, and when it comes to negotiating, she goes in when she needs to go in.
There you go.
Laws come out.
She's great. She's great.
Good stuff. Thank you so much for that. And Eric, we'll end with you. 25 years in the mortgage space, so many different mortgage products. How could LendGen, their products, and Eric Garcia, how could you benefit our clients? Sum that up for me.
Really, it comes down to having the experience and knowledge of knowing what's available in the market. like they said, the market is very volatile and programs are changing, day by day. Rates are going up and down. Nobody really knows what's going to happen and how quickly things are going to go back to normal. So just being able to offer all the products that we have, works in our clients' favor. Also, the customer service in LendGen right now, we hold to a very high standard. Buying a home isn't something everybody does, regularly. Some people have never done it. So especially for the first-time home buyers, it could be a very scary process if they don't have somebody guiding them and showing them exactly what they need to know. And, they have to be comfortable with what they're getting, because obviously it is a big payment. It is a big change. And hopefully, like you said, we get them into the house of their dreams, or even a starter house in the beginning, and then they could move up from there.
That is a perfect way to wrap it up. I mean, you guys are terrific. Having a sphere of influence like the three of you guys could help any homeowner. So again, thank you so much. I'm Eric Schachter. Pleasure having you guys, and have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.